The extremely powerful retired Indian co-owner of a notable server, SEC, said has had an anonymous presence in the Skittle Chan Cafe management for the past few years. He had suspicious involvement in the case of a doxer with a motive to dox the members of Skittle Chan Cafe. His relationships with minors, as well as multiple attempts of defamation and blackmail. Not only have very few members reported alleging him as a pedophile, including former high-ranking staffs, as well as his threats to leak private and personal info of those who dare not to please his desire and needs. Technically at the moment he's not being held accountable for the messed up things he did. Today we're going to unearth the secrets, the acts, and potential crimes he's done. Said he done it? If you believe the pedophilia allegations. Well, maybe some of you heard of the Said and Veena situationship. A brief relationship of 19-year-old Said and 16-year-old Veena. Yes, weird, but not the first time we've seen this type of age gap in relationships he was in. Back in 2022 he and another girl who went by the name of Frosty were dating, but during early 2023 a shocked veteran of Skittle Chan Cafe who goes by the name of Sai Shah was curious about the ages of both but wasn't aware of the age gap. As you can see as she added the pieces together, and it was very shocking. Possibly answered by Frosty, now deleted user. 18-year-old Said, who's technically grown at this point, was attending college. While 15-year-old Frosty, still in high school, probably was in her first or second year back then. Which is honestly very disgusting. Age of consent in India. The age of consent in India was previously 16 years old and had not changed since 1940. The 2012 POCSO Act raised the age of consent to 18 years, in line with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, which defines a child as anyone under 18. Consent in India is 18 years old, as defined by the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, POCSO, of 2012 and the Indian Penal Code of 1860. This means that sexual activity with anyone under 18 is considered a criminal offense, regardless of the will of the participants. Not saying he did sexual activity with anyone, still gross how no one tried stopping the relationship at the time. Said's date of birth, April 18, 2004. Frosty's date of birth, February 18, 2007. Let's disclose the next relationship he had with a 16-year-old named Veena. Veena is a 17-year-old Filipino who was one of the victims of Said's pedophilic relationships. A year ago she was blindly in love with Said. As he began to take advantage of her by asking for her address and such, he was consistent with the thought of wanting her address. As Veena said she does not want to give her address to anyone, he still didn't back down and kept up with this from early November to December accordingly in the screenshots shown. Not sure if he continued after December, but what's messed up is that as he was being consistent with wanting her address he made such jokes 19-year-olds shouldn't be saying to a 16-year-old minor. It can't be brushed off as a joke when it 100% means something else, when you think about it. Chapter 3 Robert. March 2023, near Eid Mubarak. He and former manager of Skittle Chan Legend decided to catfish an 11-year-old Robert, who was young and had no clue of the process of Discord. They thought it was funny to catfish him and get him to send nudes in Said's catfish account direct messages. Robert was home alone at the time and had decided to take a picture of his private area and send it to him, not suspecting that the girl who he was talking to was actually Said all along. As Robert continued to send pictures, he sent a specific picture of his whole body that would later be very known throughout the Skittle Chan server. As that specific picture was sent, Said started making the catfishing public as he would leak the pics to members, traumatizing some in the process. All this happening before his 19th birthday, immature thing for an 18-year-old to do. He began to make memes of him with the same specific picture. One instance he thought it would be funny to crop the picture and send Robert curled toes showing his soles in the public chat. Truly disgusting and sickening. Also counts as child pornography, solicitation of a minor, extortion, etc. He was the main factor of making it okay to make memes, jokes, and fun out of it, while being an adult making fun of child pornography, causing humiliation for Robert, an 11-year-old who barely had self-awareness and couldn't comprehend any better.